Stop chasing moisture with this scalp drying corporate. If you have been slathering pure glycerin on your scalp hoping for hydration, you're actually running clear in the opposite direction. What looks like this amazing moisture miracle online is actually the quickest way to extremely tighten pores, dry and flaky scalp, extreme itchiness, and massive irritation that leads to inflammation and eventually a scalp disorder like dandruff or seborrheic dermatitis. So let's talk about why your scalp deserves way better, how to give it to it, and what this supposedly miracle moisturizer is actually doing to your scalp, because you need to stop putting glycerin in your hair.
Don't take it personal, that's just Sandal's way. She speak with love, but don't sugarcoat what she say.
Putting glycerin on the scalp actually is pulling moisture out of your hair instead of locking it in. Glycerin is a strong humectant. Its job is to draw water and other properties towards itself. When the air is dry or your scalp isn't wet before application, the glycerin doesn't have atmospheric moisture to pull from. So in return, it starts pulling water from your hair and your scalp instead. And the thing is, the amount of glycerin that you're putting on and all of the glycerin that you're putting on and the amount of water that you have within your body is not leveling it out. Even the little water, if your hair was wet, that doesn't level out. This over time is going to leave the scalp and the pores tight, itchy, dry, and flaky over time. So just think about that. How is something hydrating my scalp where if I don't put enough water in my hair before I use the product, it's gonna start pulling water and moisture from my body? Does that make sense? And even if you do make your hair a little bit wet, it's not enough for it to do anything well at all. You're literally just putting it on your hair for it to hold that little bit of water that you put on it, instead of you having patterns and routines that cause your sebum to be released and you can look like my guru. See, your scalp is designed to regulate itself. It produces its own natural oil in your sebaceous gland called sebum. It maintains its own microbial balance, and your scalp protects the follicles itself. You are literally a machine. So when you put on something as disruptive as glycerin that is going to suck all of the moisture out of the environment that your body has already set and made for itself, you're doing way more harm than any good you could ever do. So what are some signs that this may be happening? Number one is going to be increased flaking. You see a lot of flakes and dryness in your scalp, and most of you would then follow that up with more glycerin or more oil. Number two, a tight, uncomfortable feeling. You'll have that. Irritation or sensitivity. This is something you'll notice. And then you'll be even more confused, which is driving most people crazy, because your hair will be even drier than it was before, and you'll need to add this even more because your hair will feel even more dry and brittle even though you're moisturizing with your glycerin. Because listen, this is glycerin doing what it does best, just not the way that you want, because you're not supposed to use glycerin like that. Think about it like this. As an herbalist, I use vegetable glycerin to pull key constituents out of herbs. So if I would mix something like lotus flower in with vegetable glycerin with a certain mixture, and that's gonna pull all of the key constituents out of the herb, what do you think the glycerin is gonna do on your scalp? If I can pull everything out of a plant with glycerin, what do you think it's doing to your scalp? Like, is it making sense? Say sense in the comments if it's making sense. So when you look on the ingredient list of certain products, yes, you'll see glycerin, but a chemist understands, or somebody who understands product formulation, they understand in which way they're using glycerin. Glycerin is just one of many additives within a product in a certain formulation meant to do a certain job. But to just put pure glycerin on your hair expecting it to do anything other than its job is actually insane, because glycerin, if you do your own research, its only purpose is to extract and to pull moisture into itself. It does not impart moisture on anyone. It doesn't work like that. So these are the things that I really need you to understand. These are the things that I really need you to get. And instead of you going and looking for different products and different things to put on your hair to moisturize it, you need to get your patterns and routines together, so that way your body can do the things that it's meant to do, because there are natural cycles that should be taking place within your body to moisturize it. But if you're constantly oiling and greasing and buttering and standing by it no matter what anybody says, then this is the situation that you'll be in. So if you want to know more about what patterns and routines you can follow, then make sure you sign up for my 7-day challenge. And if you are ready to detox your scalp and start over from scratch, then make sure you check out the video in the description box below on Root Remedy, which is the detox, which is a full detox treatment for the scalp and hair shaft. It's an herbal detox. I love you so much, and until our next video, stop putting glycerin in your hair.